Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. Some days ago, William Ruto was crying foul that about 1 million registered voters in the register, mainly drawn from his stronghold, had been expunged from IEBC register. So today, Wafula Chebukati confirmed that about 1.1 million registered voters in the register were registered irregularly. And that's a story that has also been captured and quoted by People Daily. IEBC postpones certification of voter register. Then the People Daily quotes Chebukati as saying this. The initial findings show 246, 465 deceased voters, 481, 711 duplicate records, 226, 143 voters registered with IDs that do not validly belong to them, and 164, 269 registered voters with invalid documentation, IDs and passports. Yes, that's Wafula Chebukati confirming that indeed about 1.1 million registered voters in the register are in the register irregularly. So in this video, I want us to dig deep to see exactly what that means politically and why William Ruto was actually crying foul that about 1 million registered voters from his strongholds had actually been deleted or have been expunged out. In case you've bumped here for the very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you, God bless you, God bless Kenya. Yes, even before we dig deep into our analysis, I'm tempted to agree with William Ruto that about 1 million registered voters from his strongholds are actually being removed from the register. On that, I'm tempted to agree with William Ruto. William Ruto might be talking from a point of information. So in this year's presidential election, William Ruto is going to the election with about 1 million votes less from his stronghold. And his stronghold, you can assume, are Jubilee strongholds in 2013 and in 2017. So William Ruto is largely going into this year's presidential election with 1 million voters less from his stronghold, while largely opposition strongholds are intact. So as it is right now, William Ruto has already lost 1 million votes. And if we go back to 2013, Mutai Nguni coined a very smart word, or rather phrase, or rather slogan, tyranny of numbers. And Uhuru and William Ruto used that effectively in 2013 to ride to victory. And at that time, Kenyans were suspecting, and they were very skeptical, that some voters from the mountain, and particularly in Kalenjin Rift Valley, especially young voters, those who had not even attained the age of 18, were being facilitated to register. That was, it was highly and widely rumored that way in 2013. And from the look of things, I tend to believe that those are the voters who are actually being expunged, or rather being removed from the voters register. These were the people who are being mobilized, but actually they are not qualified to register as voters. Those are the people I honestly believe are being removed from the register. So the question now begs, who might have actually facilitated these people to register when normally, or rather when they were not qualified to register as voters. From where I sit again, I strongly believe, ladies and gentlemen, that the government, with the full blessings of IEBC, facilitated the registration of those about 1 million irregular voters. It was the government with the full blessings of IEBC. They were in bed facilitating those irregular voters. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at it from another angle, I honestly believe that in this year's election, what we saw in 2013 and 2017, I tend to believe that now the tide is going to be the opposite. In 2013 and 2017, already the register had about 1 million fake voters who immediately go to the ballot to vote. Already the government's candidate was already ahead with 1 million votes because the government's candidate was being supported by college in Rift Valley and the mountain. But in this year's presidential election, I'm seeing now the opposition side. Even before we go to the ballot to vote, I'm seeing the opposition side now 1 million ahead. In that 1 million has been removed from the other side. So the opposition side, this is the side of Raila Odinga, is now 1 million ahead. That only means that William Ruto and his brigade, for them to win this year's presidential election, will be a very tall order. And normally how this rigging sometimes do happen, we know that the rigging can even start maybe at the village level. We are maybe assuming we have a constituency called Sugoi. And then Sugoi has 100,000 registered voters. And then let's assume that out of that 100,000 registered voters, let's just assume that the legitimate voters are only 70,000. After the votes, we'll be told that the votes that were cast in Sugoi were actually 100,000. So you can see all those irregular voters have also been counted in Sugoi constituency. So that's one thing that is actually going to affect William Ruto. Yes, the votes that are going to come from his strongholds are actually going to be less than actually anticipated. So we are going to see, if at all, William Ruto is going to maintain the strongholds Uhuru Kenyatta maintained in 2017, we are going to see a very big drop in the numbers of maybe votes that will be cast in those areas. That's one thing I'm seeing here. So from where I sit, Ruto has already lost this year's presidential election based on that alone. And I know William Ruto desperately wanted to ride on that kind of an anomaly, rather irregular voters, maybe to spring some kind of a surprise. But with the auditing of the register, I tend to believe William Ruto's trick, or rather plan, has just backfired. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude, it's all from that kind of a realization, it also just confirms that William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta in 2013 and 2017, most definitely they never won the election. And that can also explain why Uhuru Kenyatta has got a lot of confidence in Raila Odinga actually winning. Uhuru is not even bothered whether the mountain will vote for Ruto or not, because already Uhuru Kenyatta knows that even if the mountain was to vote to the last person and Rift Valley to vote, College in Rift Valley to vote for Ruto to the last person, they will still not be able to beat Raila Molo Odinga. That's exactly what I'm seeing here. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, let me leave it there for today. In case you've bumped here for the very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. And to our fans, our subscribers here, God bless you, God bless Kenya. Any other person watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. And if possible again, subscribe, give this video a like.